Hello, I'm going to be reading from my novella Rainbow Suck, which was published by Eraserhead Press. The point that I'm going to read from, Rainbows from Space have created a giant art gallery in South Bank in London, and they've asked people to go and become living artwork, and the main character, Tilly, lives in a squat. She turned on the TV. Someone had been thoughtful enough to leave in a skip. She almost changed the channel when she saw the rainbows, but something made her keep watching. She recognised the 5 people they had chosen, only now they looked different. We spent hours cherry-picking the finest London had to offer, and you can see it all at a special gallery unveiling on Friday night. Live artwork. One of the girls danced, her bikini cups swirling vortexes. 24 hours a day. It's all live art all the time, said the voiceover. Come on down to Sensus Invictus. Another girl appeared on screen in an extravagant ball gown. I can turn anything into a fascinator. A ginger cat was thrown awkwardly into the shot by someone in the wings, and the girl picked it up and placed it on her head at a jaunty angle. The creature froze, apparently trapped in a taxidermy semblance of life. Tilly switched the TV off and listened to the others partying in the main room downstairs. They would continue into the wee hours while she lay on the bed, thinking of nothing. She rolled another joint in preparation. On the Saturday, she snuck out at midday before the others were up and made her way to South Bank. She sauntered into one of the shops and tried on a few things in the changing room, leaving one of the tops on beneath her heavy jumper. She haunted the streets until people arrived outside the gallery. Despite all her disappointments, she still hoped they had made a mistake, that she really was one of them. This wasn't how her life was meant to be, of that she was sure. The doors exploded open, neon pinks, purples and blues bursting onto the streets and the skin of those waiting. The others cheered, but Tilly remained quietly determined. A rainbow glided into the doorway. Friends, neighbours, welcome to Sensus Invictus. Step in and feel your boundaries shatter. He stepped aside and everyone scurried in, taking seats on either side of a clean white runway. Tilly elbowed her way to the front of the left side. If she could just remain in view of the rainbows swirling about the ceiling and walls, occasionally disappearing backstage. Vortex appeared at the end of the runway, swirling furiously. The audience gasped in shocked delight. Ladies and gentlemen, boomed a voice neither male nor female. Welcome to the first ever live art extravaganza. The people cheered, and so did Tilly, the excitement spreading like an infectious disease. The first art, a man with a golden quiff stretching almost to the ceiling, stepped out from behind the screens. The onlookers oohed as he strode to the end of the runway, narrowly missing the vortex which waited hungrily for him. His hair shot out and grabbed a woman's handbag, and she squealed in mock protest. His mane rolled it about for a few seconds before spitting it back into her arms, now covered in attractive sequins. He stomped back to loud applause. A girl now appeared, her skin dark almost like velour. In fact, when Tilly squinted, she saw it was velour. It seemed at first as if her coat jiggled as she walked, but Tilly realised it was writhing independently. A few faces peered out and stretched the fabric before sinking away into dark blue nothingness, whereupon more faces took their place. "Oh, darling," said a woman to a man sitting next to her. "That's the coat of souls I read about in Tittles. Isn't it divine?" "Simply divine," was the response. Tilly glanced about, sweat prickling her temples. Time was moving on. Why hadn't they noticed her? Maybe she could approach them at the end. Another art stepped onto the runway, making his way to the vortex and summoning the Dark One before turning to head back. The next art appeared from behind the screen. The first, on shoes taller than a young man, wobbled and the crowd uniformly breathed in. The second art began stomping towards him so as not to lose time, but the first was falling slowly, gracefully into the maw of the whirlpool. All eyes were on him. Nobody saw the second art desperately twirling and cartwheeling to get their attention. The first was sucked down into oblivion, and before anybody had a chance to scream, the second exploded in a shower of glitter and rainbows which stained the white runway. And that was a section of Rainbows Suck by Madeleine Swan, published by Eraserhead Press.